the National Football League, presented by EA Sports. Straight ahead, it's Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a great one in store between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns.
Trophy begins as we're underway in this AFC wildcard game.
And we will not get a run back here to start. It's a touchback, and it will come out to the 25. On 1st and 10, Joe Burrow. He finds his running back, Mixon. And they're able to get this one across the 35. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. The former second-round pick, this is Joe Mixon. It's a pickup of 4, and it'll bring up 2nd down.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown, so a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later, and let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on 1st down.
From the 39, Burrow to Mixon on the check down, and he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Throwing now, Burrow on 1st down. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's to Chase. He's got it. Touchdown, Cincinnati. If there was one knock on Joe Burrow coming out of LSU, it was arm strength, but kind of put those doubts to rest right there.
And we knew that this offense was going to try and put pressure on the secondary. That was something they talked about with us. They knew that they had an advantage, pressed it, and there you go. Big play for a touchdown on their very first possession.
And to put a bow on it, Next Gen Stats saying that traveled an even 66 yards in the air. Extra point by McPherson, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. So after the made field goal, here's McPherson to send this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Browns take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Mayfield going to lead the Browns up now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. Yeah, this will be a gain of 5 as he gets it to the 30.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. This is caught inside the 15. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. A big play there. 70 yards. And the Browns are within an extra point of tying this thing up. Aldrich Rosas on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And he'll decide to not bring this one out as their drive will begin at the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. Second and 4 at the 31-yard line. Play action. It's Burrow. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. They'll give him 4 yards there, and they'll be faced with a 3rd and inches. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Online, ready?
He completes it to Boyd. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. That time the conversion comes courtesy of the RPO.
And know what it did? It moved the sticks. Nice pickup on 3rd down. Even better decision.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Burrow on play action. Over the middle, that's caught by Chase. A good gain on 1st has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. Burrow going to give this to Mixon. And he'll get it out to midfield. Looks like, yeah, they'll spot it right at midfield at the 50.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the 1st down. That's exactly what they did.
From midfield now, Burrow. Flushed out right. On the run, he'll let this go deep right side. They exited the pocket trying to improvise. That was a tough throw, and unfortunately, it wound up in the wrong pair of hands.
And Brandon, when you're on the run, sometimes your downfield vision can get skewed just a bit. Now, the beauty of extending a play is sometimes the receivers find their way open, but oftentimes you end up closing down part of the field and bringing those defenders to the ball, and that one was picked off.
Mayfield's throw pulled in by Hopkins. And he'll be taken down across the 50 at the 45 in enemy territory. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. First carry for Nick Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
Now the pass, and it's into the arms of Hopkins. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Throwing, Mayfield. And it's caught. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. And
he takes this one in for a Browns score. Nick Chubb taking it in from 2 yards out, and the Browns have taken the lead. Oh, CD, there didn't seem to be much resistance there down near the goal line.
Yeah, partner, from what I saw there, not a real good job of matching up defensively, because to me, it looked like they were just in their base 3-4 package. You need bigger bodies in there in a goal line type situation. The 3-4 fine between the 20s, but not down here when you're guarding your end zone.
And this will be a touchback, so they'll bring it out to the 25. The Bengals drive about to get going. And following the interception, we'll see what they can put together on this drive.
I can hear my old college coach right now. He always used to tell us before every game, the team making the fewest mistakes will win. What they're hoping is that last mistake is their only one of the game.
Coaches, that's all they talk about, turnovers, right?
Minimizing those and maximizing opportunities.
Now left side on the swing pass. So just 3 yards on the completion there. And they're going to face a third down. Through one quarter, 14-7 our score.
Bengals 7.
On third down, Burrow. And that is incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
The Bengals bring out their punter now, as he's on to punt for the first time this afternoon. This is fielded at the 27. A 41-yard punt, 9 on the return, and the Browns will take over 1st and 10. The Cleveland offense ready to go. Now their last 2 drives, both ending in touchdowns. It's got them this 14-7 lead.
And it looks to me, and I think you're probably seeing the exact same thing, they're in an ideal spot now to create some separation. The way that they're functioning on offense now, they can create a pretty good gap. Allows their defense to play with a little more verve and confidence.
That big article in the paper this morning about them stringing possessions together for consecutive touchdowns. Well, right here they're trying to make it 3 in a row. So they'll come up in Bengals territory now with a 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line. Mayfield on play action. Flush to his right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30.
That was an excellent job of recognizing the situation. His first read wasn't there. Heck, his second read wasn't there. But he bought himself a little extra time scrambling out of the pocket, got to the sticks, and picked up the first down.
On 1st and 10, Mayfield. He's going to have to hook up the Schwartz. And down inside the 15 he goes.
24 yards. That's another Browns first down. 1st and 10 at the 13-yard line.
From the red zone now, Mayfield swings this out for Hunt. And he was able to shed one tackle but could not get away from there. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
I think the best offenses love to get the ball to their running backs in open space because they have the ability to make people miss, and they also have the ability to run over people. And if you do that throughout the game, after a while, they might just run through some of those tackles and go a long way.
Well, we saw him shed a nice tackle on that play. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Kareem Hunt, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Browns add on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
Rosas good with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Now after the touchdown, here's Rosas on to kick it away. And there will not be a return here. It's a touchback, and it'll come out to the 25-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. They trail early on the road in the playoffs. Not a great combination as they've got it 1st and 10. Now it's Burrow. He'll let it go deep for Freeman. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked up by Denzel Ward. And the Browns are going to take over once again with a football at their own 20-yard line. And, Charles, it seems like sometimes when you fall down early, there can be a tendency there to try and get it all back in one fell swoop. And that time, that thinking leads to an interception.
And I believe you brought up a really good point there, Brandon, because you're trying to force plays, right? You're trying to get all back in one shot, just as you mentioned there. And you know you're going to need some big plays to get back into the game. But ultimately, you really can't force what isn't there.
They'll roll him out right. Finding Walker complete. And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down.
We talk about mobility on quarterbacks all the time. Here's where it really pays off. Able to move, evade, and is accurate throwing on the run and picking up a first down.
One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. Play fake. Mayfield. Trying to lay one up deep. And this is caught inside the 5.